Alright guys, I'm back, and I've obviously made some changes to the map. I've got a lot to show you. Where should I start? So basically when I left off, there was one spawn point and one capture point, okay? It's for the sake of not watching me do things on screen, I've added a whole bunch of stuff to the map. And I'm going to include the VMF in the description for this video, so you'll have a copy of this file right here that I'm looking at. You'll have a copy of it, so you can work on it as well. You actually see what I see. So basically, let me start off by saying I moved the first spawn point back here, spawn zone 1. And then I made this building up here. And I put the capture point inside. Inside the building, and you're thinking, oh, there's bots inside the building. Yes, because that's the way it works. Is spawn zone 1 security and spawn zone 1 insurgents. So when you start the game, you start at spawn zone 1. They start at spawn zone 1. So when you start, they they spawn, you spawn. They spawn here, they start, they take off, they're around here. You'll see them spawn, right? Now, during the point of the capture, if you capture this A, they spawn at spawn zone 2, which is over here, okay? And if there's a counterattack, they spawn at capture zone 2, over here. Okay, we'll get into block zones in a minute. The reason, but we'll just keep it simplistic. We'll see what happens. Well, obviously, I've added walls and stuff, and I'll show you what I did here. It's pretty straightforward. I've added a tree and made it taller and made it wider and everything. So basically, what's going to happen is we're going to spawn. We're going to take the capture point up here and these doors are all open. I have them set to automatically open when the bots touch them. So you'll see them open on when the bots touch them. What we're going to do is we're going to rerun the nav file one more time because I've made some changes, and so we're going to see what would happen, and we're going to talk about how everything works and how everything should work. Okay. So let's run this map, and we're going to pay attention to where where bots spawn and how they spawn is very, very important to your map and how you build your map, okay? So we're going to start off by running the map. And as the map grows, as you gain more spawn points and so forth, creating the nav file will take time. That's why you wait for Mikey to stop talking. Because if you don't wait for him to stop talking, then it lags your machine out. So do an SV cheats SV underscore cheats 1. Oops, did I type that wrong? I got caps lock. I don't think that matters. SV cheats 1. Okay, and you can see on the screen there it says unable to find bots. So this is because you have to do the nav underscore generate. Go down, and you'll see it takes a little bit longer now. Just not much longer, just a little bit longer to generate. Okay, I'm going to pick the saw because I've got more to deal with. And go in, and then we're going to step back here a bit, and we're going to see. You're going to be able to see those doors open from the bots. And the other bots, don't worry about this light here. That's lights there just for later. So basically, we're going to go into God mode. Don't forget to go into God mode. It just makes life a little easier on you. Wait till he's done talking the second time. Okay, now watch. You can see the doors open. Watch. There's a bot on the left. Both doors are rigged to open. So what we're going to do is we're going to go take A, and then we'll address some things that you obviously see. So the bots aren't necessarily, you see them shooting through the door. First of all, that's an annoyance because they can't really see you. So how do they know? They can hear you, but they shouldn't be able to shoot through the door. And we'll address that. We'll address that too. So we'll address that too. We'll address that. Because, I mean, that's got to be one of the most annoying things it is in a map when a bot shoots you through the wall or shoots you through a door. And there's ways, until recently, I really didn't know how to fix that. And someone told me, and I was like, the light came on. I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. So, yeah, I mean, okay, so now the bot spawned at B at the back corner. Okay, you can see them over there, right? And capture point B's right there. So now that when I had it before, I didn't have any issues of the bots climbing stairs, but sometimes they do have issues, right? Let's smoke these bots first. You can't even shoot them; they knock you silly. All right, so we're going to take B, and if we have a counterattack, we'll see where they spawn, and they'll counterattack off B. They won't have anything to do with these guys over here, right? We're going to add some things and make some changes, and then we're going to see how bot behavior works. So one thing about putting the there's visibility, the way it sees the bots see. There you go. Another thing you can do too is that you can increase the bots to 20 when you're in game mode. Like, you can actually do that. So if we start the game and reset, we say before the game starts, increase the bots to 20, then we'll have more to see. Actually, they came up behind me. That's interesting. Mind you, they can always take the capture point back. I mean, if I'm not there, right? Another thing too, I'll have to show this to you. But the resupply that I was talking about. So anyway, let me quickly show you what I did here. So I didn't show it to you. I missed that part. Okay, so spawn zone 1 for security is here, but spawn zone 2 I put right here. Okay, so if I run this map again, I'll show you what happens here. Quickly run. I'm not going to compile it. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm not going to run the rat. I'm just going to run it in game. Okay. Because I didn't change it. So if I take A, I can't resupply because what I was saying before about spawn zone 2 being overlapping, and it's not overlapping right now. It's outside, right? So it's important to SV cheats. God mode on. Okay, let's get this thing underway. I mean, lighting is bad in here, but we'll address that in a second. Okay, so if there's a counter attack, you'll see them spawn at 2. But if, let's say you're obviously your map's large and you have a lot of bots, you're going to run out of ammo and you need to resupply at some point to defend yourself, right? So, let's see. Watch this. Spawn 2. Should be spawn 2 on counterattack. See? There is spawn 2. But they also spawn down here below. Because it doesn't always take the full spawn point. Like, depending on the number of bots it is per spawn. Sorry, it's kind of hard to shoot with the saw at that distance. No, I don't want to take Bravo. So I took A, right? So if I go back inside A here, I can't resupply. If I press M, there's no resupply. But if I go back to spawn zone 2, which is right below the stairs here, right here, right? M. Oops. Am I in the right spot? Let's see. Yeah, resupply. There. See that? They obviously don't have a problem coming down the stairs. Yeah, so that's basically, we're gonna improve it a bit. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna work on just dealing with a few of the things. Like, I don't know, like say I'll take this tree, press Control C, go up to the warehouse here, do a Control V, go over here on the other side, Control V, put a tree back here, one here, I don't know, oops, Control Z. Control, let me see, it looks awfully small. Anyway, it should be fine. Control X, Control V, and then we're going to move the light down because it's not obviously just close to the, do it this way. You can see the light where you are. Put it in the center of the light. And probably turn down the brightness of the light because the light is really bright right now. So Alt Enter. And go to brightness. And what is the brightness set to? 70. Actually, that won't be too bad for inside. So hit apply. close this. Let's see. Box, move this box to the back. Multiply, we're going to increase, Control C, oops. Control C, Control V, 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 V. I'm going to put a whole bunch of bots in here. Why? Because when we start it, we're going to increase it to 20. And you'll see what will happen too. It's going to change complexity a lot. So, I think I'd best to delete the nav file because things got added, obviously. It's always safe. Let me see, file save. And then we're going to deal with stairs too, the proper way to make stairs, which I have here, but I need to show you the proper way to make stairs. So we're going to run this. Let me see, normal, fast. Okay, compile. Okay. SV cheats 1. Now if you, oops, SV cheats 1. Now if you type navgever while he's talking, you can see what happens. Watch. See if I do it. I mean, it's so fast that it doesn't really matter when you have this few. Okay, so apply. Do call vote. AI count 20 per object call vote. Okay. Let me see. Actually, M holographic site apply and press tilde. Turn God mode on. Let's see the complexity of what it does. Let's see if it actually put 20 in there. We'll take a look at the room now. You see there's the one light up there that we added. Definitely got 20 bots, I can tell you that. Not a light for this warehouse, not a lot of light for this warehouse, but so one thing I forgot to change is to encapsulate the spawn point with the spawn 2, and you can do that, right? So definitely changes the changes it to when you change it to 20 bots. You can see the lights up there. Pretty small light for this room, but that's okay. And if you have 20 bots now, you should see. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if there's 20 bots in spawn zone 2. I didn't add that many, but we'll see. There should be quite a few. Yeah, you can see. That's crazy, right? All right. So one thing we want to do is we want to fix the fact that we can't resupply in A. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here to spawn 2. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna say raise it up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend it over the warehouse. We're gonna extend it over the warehouse like that. So now it's inside. So basically the spawn zone is in here. So it doesn't mean you'll spawn in here because you're still out here. You're the guys are your main guys are still out here. They'll spawn here, but you'll be able to resupply in here once you take the point, right? And we're going to deal with one other thing. Now you've played with many people at some point in time where somebody runs off and plants C4 in the second spot. Like, okay, see, these guys are all spawning together. Pretend this was a bigger map, and the guy you were playing with knew where these guys spawned, and all he did is while you were off taking A, he ran over here and threw a big stick of C4 on the ground, right in the center of their spawn, right? Right here, right in the center of their spawn, right? Well, there's what you can call block zones. So if you come to the first spawn, if you come to here, press Alt Enter, you see it says block zone, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to say BZ block zone 1, right? Hit apply, okay? Oops, did I not? Let me try that again. BZ1. Maybe because it's not defined. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, if you spawn, when you spawn over there, as you do, you don't want people coming over to the second spawn. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, we're going to get the block tool, and we're going to put a big block in here. So we're going to put a big block in. We don't want any of our guys to come into this zone, okay? And we want this raised actually. This brought up to the floor. Actually, that's too far forward. That means you're going to run into it. So you want to say you want it back in spawn zone 2 and just far enough back where you can. So in here, we're going to say browse for block zone. Okay. Press enter. And we're going to do. See. Control T. Insurgency block zone. Apply. Name is actually going to be block zone 1. Apply. Okay. And this is going to be insurgents. Is that right? I'm trying to remember. Okay, so on here, you press Alt Enter, and that's BZ1 there. Okay. Let's see quickly. Let's see what happens here. If I remember correctly, if I did that correctly. I don't know if I did that correctly. Been a while since I've inserted block zones, but I'm pretty sure I got that right. So you're going to start. Words. Yeah, obviously you're not going to see this. You're not going to see the block zone, but SV cheats 1. Let's see what this happens. So you can't go over that spawn and throw a stick of C4 over there, and you understand what I mean? Because it's dictated that that's the way it goes, right? So. Okay, I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to get the second part ready. The next part. So bots shooting outdoors, for instance, if there's a texture called LOS in Hammer called line of sight, and what you do is you put this texture in the where you don't want the bots to see. Like for instance, let's say I don't know. Let's see, it's hard to explain. Let's see, you could put it in front of the doorway. Like, maybe I'll put it in front of this doorway. This doorway is closed. Okay, so I'll leave that one open. So what we'll do is we'll get the block tool. The door's right here. So what we're going to do is sort of draw a little thin. Bring it up a little bit, obviously. We can cover the door. And one thing about this brush is it cannot touch any other brushes. Okay, you have to make sure it cannot touch any other brushes. It's just off. So anyway, we're going to put it on here, and then we're going to go to the browse here and browse for LOS. Okay, and block LOS, and then press enter. You'll see that it looks like that. Okay, so when bots are on the inside, and you're standing right outside the door, they won't start shooting through the door. I'm going to move a little bit closer. That is important for when you have areas where you're approaching a doorway. Like, let's say this was the doorway and this was the wall to the next room, and all of a sudden the bots start shooting through this wall. You'd put the texture right along here, so they won't. I mean, you can actually just extend this to. Let's see. Extend this right to the edge here, just to get a point across, right? So they can't really see you. So you can make it right to the edge, right? So if you walk up the stairs here, and you're right here, they won't start shooting at you. You know, actually, they won't start shooting at you until the door opens, because this actually is blocking their line of sight to you. So that's important to do. And then the other thing I want to cover quickly is how to make stairs properly. A lot of people, they make stairs, and when you climb stairs, you can see the step. And when you climb stairs, okay, you can walk up them. You can see the step when you're climbing up them. So the important thing is to do is when you make a step. Let me just make one back here. Actually, here. Click on here. Actually, click on the. Whenever you want to hide something from your view, you just click on the item, press the H key, hide it. It's still there, but it just gets out of your way so you can do some work. Okay, so for instance, like here, we're gonna make get the block tool, and we're gonna make the standard steps. And if you see them in CS:GO and you see them in Insurgency, the average step is oops, that's. The average step is built on a rise of 8 and a run of 12. So if you look in here, see you want 8, 12, 10, 8, 12, and then it's not even. Right? And then, of course, as always, no draw. And it's especially important to do it in no draw, and I'll show you why. Because stairs are very, very important, and to be built properly, you just follow this basic method of building them, and you do them the same way all the time, right? Normally, doing this, once you've done them once or twice this way, it's really easy to do. Okay, so you take your first block, which is 8 high, 12 wide. Okay, hold the shift key down, drag it to the next block, grab the previous block with control G, group them together. Okay, hold the shift key down, drag both blocks to the next one. Right, and then previous click, the last one, so now they're all selected. Control G again. Hold the Shift key down, drag it up. And you can see how this would, this will make your building much faster, okay? And obviously my steps are group them all together, Control G. Need to move them because they're too close to too close to the wall. So let's move them. So anyway, so click on them again, go to the side view. This tree is in the way, so where's that tree? Where's that tree hiding? It doesn't actually show up there. That's kind of annoying. I can see it better. I'm going to be close to the wall again, but that's fine. I don't need to necessarily make them very large. Okay, so shift drag and then put them on there. Okay, there's an average. Just put some average stairs there, okay? And then group the bottom part to the top part. Just Control G. The reason you group them is because you make them one brush. They're one brush right now, okay? Think of them as one big brush, okay? So normally you make stairs like that and you just leave them alone. You texture the tops. Well, the bottom of the stairs most of the time don't get seen, right? So they don't need to be textured. And they don't need to be contoured in that way because the rendering engine, you have to make all stairs a func detail or else they're going to cause vis leaves. Every single step is going to cause a separation in vis leaves and it's going to slow everything down considerably, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select all the stairs like that, okay? Then you're going to pick this, see this second last on the bottom, the clipping tool, okay? You're going to pick the top corner, and we're going to drag it right to the bottom. Make sure that you're right on the bottom one, on the corner, okay? Now the way this works is whatever's in red will be cut out and whatever's in white won't, okay? Obviously you don't want the top part of the stair cut out, you want the bottom part. So click the clipping tool again and you'll see it change to the bottom. The bottom will turn red. So now if you press enter, you see, you just cut the bottom of the stairs out so you're nice and smooth on the bottom, which is what you want, okay? So then you're thinking, wow, that kind of looked kind of weird. Well, that's fine. Then you go back to your stairs. Go back to the stairs. The block tool. Top again. Okay, so now you're going to draw a no draw block all the way around, and it's going to look kind of weird at first, but just bear with me, okay? So while no draw is selected, press enter, and then oh no, where'd my stairs go? And then grab your clipping tool again, okay? While it's still red, okay? The top part, go down to the bottom part. To the bottom again. Okay, so you want the bottom part of the stairs filled out. Okay, so if you put the red on top and you're thinking, oh, what's that going to do? You know, click it again, you'll see the red on top. See the red's on top now, right? This part's going to be cut out. What you don't realize is the stairs are still there, but you're cutting out just the block. Okay, so I press enter. You see the stairs are still there. See that? Now you have perfectly sealed, closed stairs. Okay, that is perfectly ideal for stairs. You build your stairs in that fashion. Extremely important. Okay, texturing tool. I'm just going to go steal the texturing tool. There's stairs texturing tool in here. If you just type stairs, you can see that if you type stairs, there's a whole bunch of stairs that come up, and you'll have to play with them to your, you can see here there's this one and there's this one. Actually, we'll just pick one. We'll just pick one, and since we won't use that one anymore, we'll go over to the stairs, and we're gonna right click on it, and that one looks fine. And then we're gonna click on this one, and we're gonna move there's a texture in here to the edge. You'll see it here. See it here? There. Okay. Okay. Just like that. We're gonna leave that alone like that. Okay. And then we're gonna do we're gonna click on click on the texture tool. We're going to click on the face that we want, and then we're going to replicate that face. I didn't. On that face, hold the Alt key down. Not sure why it's not. Hold the Alt. Then we want the top, and then we want the Alt here. And you're going to have to move these around because they're not, for some reason, they're not cooperating. Okay, so you get the idea that basically you want your stairs to stop like that, right? And you work your way all the way to the top. But now your stairs are sealed properly. So if you actually go into, click on the block and then press H to hide, you can see it there. See, the stairs are nice and clean underneath. If you want to unhide, just press the U, unhides them, right? It unhides everything on the map actually. So that's the best way to build stairs. And then if you come over here, you can see that I've actually left the bottoms open. So if you actually come over here, you can actually see when you're playing the map that these are actually hollow, and you can actually see right through them. So you might want to seal this or do something, because you don't need to see the bottom of the stairs, right? So that's the part I wanted to add near the end, the line of sight. And then I wanted to cover entities too, but there's a huge portion of entities that make your level look a lot nicer, and that's a whole instructional video in itself. I'll continue. This will be part 3, and then I'll write down everything I need to do for part 4. And I hope you're enjoying these, and we'll continue on. We'll continue on with the rest of the videos, and leave me feedback, comments, whatever you want to say. Bottoms open.